Good evening, welcome to the DBS Sports. I am Kenson Casimir. We begin tonight with school sports. The Babonneau Secondary School staged their annual Inter-House Track and Field Championship earlier today. The championships were held at the Darren Sammy Cricket Grounds in Grosley. We spoke to the physical education teacher at the school.
Well, today we have the Inter-House meet, the track. We have done the marathon, the field events and the fun sports. So today is just the track meet, where the 4 houses are competing for the first place. This is our 18th edition. Last year we had Gaspar prevailing, so I don't know this year if they can defend or we'll have a new champion.
Well, the physical education department at the school worked tirelessly to ensure that the event took place without any glitches.
Well, normally our sports meet is normally held at Lage community ground, but the ground is not that good, so we had to change the venue to the Boston facility, which is the better of the set. I mean, the one in the Philip, whenever it rains, it's not good, so before it come at Darren Sammy Cricket Stadium.
Well, one of the young stars from the Babonneau Secondary School is Shanice Paul from Gaspar House. She briefly told us about her race.
Well, 100 was very difficult because of my race, so I tried my best to strive and to find the finish line.
Well, the competing houses included Joseph House, Gaspar House, Emilia House, and Toussaint House. St. Lucia's Laverne Spencer continues to make our small island proud. It was yet another solid performance for St. Lucia's world-ranked high jumper, who achieved the second-place finish, competing at the biggest indoor competition this season. Competing Tuesday, February 6 in Batska, Slovakia, Spencer has been having a prolific 2018 season where she came up against a very talented field, which included top jumpers in the world this season. Included in that field was the world champion from Russia, the Rio Olympic silver medalist from Bulgaria, and the best from Slovakia, Sweden, and Italy. The event was eventually won by world number 1 Maria Lasiskany of Russia, who cleared a height of 2.02 on the day, with Spencer, the Caribbean's leading jumper, easily soaring over the bar on her very first attempt at 1.94 meters to place second behind the 2017 World Championship gold medalist. Italy's number 1, Alicia Trost, and Michaela Hurab of Czech Republic both cleared 1.91 meters to place joint third. Wow, well done, Laverne. Meanwhile, St. Mary's College held another event on their school's sports calendar. The school held their inter-house swimming championships earlier today.
Well, we have our annual swim meet today, which is part of our, physical education program. And so the boys get the opportunity to put points together for the houses.
St. Mary's College has produced some of the very best sports personalities in St. Lucia's history. Mr. Carew was satisfied with the day's proceedings.
It's going all right. When we look at, because we have other activities like football, cricket, and based on our point standing, we have Rodney in the lead, presentation, and then we have Tapo and Abs in the seller position. But based on today's event, we have Abs doing very good in the pool. So it means that they're going to make some points for themselves.
All right, so who are some of the swimmers that one could look out for from St. Mary's College?
Well, we have more players who is an outstanding national swimmer and a couple others there that are really looking, and they're swimming hard to ensure that their houses get sufficient points.
Well, the competing houses included Presentation House, Abercrombie House, Rodney House, and Taffel House. At lunch, Abercrombie House surged ahead. The event was held at the Rodney Heights Aquatic Center in Grosley. Well, in football, the South Castries Football League is excited to announce the commencement of its SLFA Joachim Henry 2018 promotional tournament, which kicked off this past weekend. In the matches played at the Mon playing field, Cicero Seagulls United FC got the better of Choppers FC 3-1. The goal scorers for Cicero were Kirsten Duncan with penalty kicks in the 40th and 54th minute, and Joshua Oates in the 60th minute. In the second encounter, Bays of Bexar defeated Obla Fusion 2-1. The goal scorers for Bays were Leroy John in the 16th minute and Samuel Lezen in the 40th minute. Devin Hippolyte got the lone goal for Obla Fusion in the 49th minute. Well, the excitement continues this coming weekend with matches between Choppers FC and Twapito FC FC on Saturday, and Cicero Seagulls United FC, they take on Glulands FC on Sunday. Well, both matches are scheduled to start at 4 p.m. at the Mon playing field. Definitely need to take on some of that competition. Now, El Niños FC from the Deriso community are serious about the development of football in their community. In fact, the promotion of kids in football has always been one of El Niños FC priorities. The main objectives for this club is to bring football to as many children, male or female, as possible. It is under this background that El Niño FC is in the process of officially launching its grassroots football program. Now, the launching is geared towards building a partnership with the parents of every child that will be part of this program. The launch is scheduled for Friday, 9 February 2018 at 6:30 p.m. at the Deriso Multipurpose Court. Well, we take a break, but when we get back, 4 of St. Lucia's best boxers left for Trinidad earlier today, and the Ave Maria Primary School hosts their annual schools meet. Welcome back. 4 of St. Lucia's very best boxers left the island on Wednesday to head to Trinidad and Tobago for a preparation camp. One of these individuals is 75 kg boxer Marvin Anthony.
Well, we're going to Trinidad and Tobago for development games. Also, we'll be competing as well. I'll be representing St. Lucia at the 75 middleweight category. That's 75 kg. It's going to be a good tournament. I'm hoping to do very well. Knowing that it's independence, we are also give our best and hope to be back home before.
Well, the camp is geared at preparing these individuals for possible selection for the CAC Boxing Championships and the Commonwealth Games. Karim Boyce will be attending to sharpen his skills as a young boxer.
Experience, so I'm expected to learn everything that I can, take in all that I can, try to be the best that I can. So my goal is to come and to get the opportunity to represent St. Lucia in the bigger games, the higher games, so I can be the first to win medals in different sporting tournaments and stuff.
Well, the other boxer making the trip is St. Lucia's current senior boxer of the year, Linda, the Russian Masler. The Ave Maria Primary School hosted their annual inter-house track and field competition earlier today. Hundreds of young girls made the trek over to the Mindofili Park for the event. We spoke to Samantha Mann, who is the sports coordinator.
Today we have the track and field meets for Ave Maria Primary School. Like you can see, we're thankful for the weather because the broadcast said that it would be raining the whole day, but thank God for prayers that we have a successful meet so far, that we've not had any injuries, major injuries, one minor injury, but we are very successful right now at this present moment.
Well, Ms. Mann spoke to how important it is for her school to have ensured that this event kicked off.
Well, it's very important because, academically at Ave Maria try to have a holistic child and a holistic development, and the track and field is just part of that environment. We take sports very serious at the Ave Maria School, meaning that we have training for the entire term before our sports meet. We make sure our children are well prepared for this event and they're not just coming on the field and participating. It's very, like you can hear the crowd, they're very excited and everybody's very supportive.
Well, the competing houses included Egan, Pierre, Philip and the Riviere House. In cricket, St. Lucia will host an international test match in 2018. The Windies are scheduled to host their first ever day and night test match when Sri Lanka tours the Caribbean in June. St. Lucia will host a game on this tour. The last time the Sri Lankans were in the Caribbean was 10 years ago in a historical series that ended in a 1-1 tie. The win for the tourists was memorable as it was the first time they won on Caribbean soil. Sri Lanka will depart for the West Indies in late May and will play a 2-day warm-up match before the opening test starts on June 6 at the Queen's Park Oval in Trinidad and Tobago. The second test will get underway on June 14th at the Darren Sammy Stadium in Grosley, St. Lucia. The day-night test match between West Indies and Sri Lanka will be the third in the series, which starts on June 16th at the Queen's Park Oval in Trinidad. The West Indies have played the 2 day-night tests but have never won on home soil. Sri Lanka made their pink ball test debut against Pakistan last year in the United Arab Emirates. Australia hosted New Zealand for the first ever test played under lights with a pink ball at the Adelaide Oval in November 2015. The draft for the 2018 Hero Caribbean Premier League will take place in London on March 1st. During the draft, teams will select their lineups for the 6th edition of the tournament, which will take place between August 8th and September 16, 2018. The decision to have the draft in London is a reflection of a global nature of the tournament, with owners and sponsors from around the world investing in the Hero CPL and the Caribbean as a whole. Having the draft in London helps from a logistics point of view and helps sell the region to the global audience. Our draft is such an important date in the Hero CPL calendar. It is when we get to find out who will be coming to join the biggest party in sport. We know that the quality of players that we have come into this year's tournament will generate a huge amount of excitement, so said Damian O'Donoghue, the CEO of Hero CPL. Well, finally, Manchester United striker Alexis Sanchez has accepted a 16-month suspension or a suspended jail sentence for tax fraud in return for avoiding a trial. Wow. The ex-Barcelona player faced going to trial in Spain over unpaid taxes amounting to €1 million. The unpaid taxes derived from image rights deals in 2012 and 2013. But when Sanchez, 29, was first accused in 2016, his agent said the Chilean forward had fully obeyed the laws and his image right income has been declared. Wow. Well, Sanchez, who joined United from Arsenal last month, is rumored to be the highest paid player in the Premier League following the transfer, $14 million a year after tax. Well, just pay your taxes. As sport, the DBS News continues after the break.